Once upon a time, there was a brother and sister. The older brother's name was Hancel. His younger sister's name was Gretel. They lived with their father and stepmother. They were very poor. The stepmother was an evil woman. One day, after Hancel and Gretel had gone to bed, their stepmother said, "We have no more food. We must take Hancel and Gretel to the forest and abandon them there." Although Father was very unwilling, he had no choice. Hancel and Gretel had not yet fallen asleep, so they heard what their father and stepmother had said. Gretel became very afraid. "We will be okay," said Hancel. "I have an idea." Early the next day, stepmother and father pretended to take the children to the forest to cut wood. As Hancel walked, he left a trail of pebbles so he could find his way back home. After walking a long time, their evil stepmother said, "You children, wait here. Your father and I will go over there and cut wood." But their father and stepmother just left. They waited and waited, but their father and stepmother didn't come back. Hancel said, "Let's go find those pebbles. We can follow them home." They walked and walked, but couldn't find the pebbles. They were lost. Hancel and Gretel were hungry and tired, so they fell asleep under a tree. When they awoke, they saw a small bird. It was singing a beautiful song, so Hancel and Gretel began following the bird. The little bird brought them to a small house. The house was made of cake and candy. Hancel and Gretel were so hungry that they ran over to the house. They began breaking off pieces of it and eating it. "Who is eating my house?" said an old woman as she came out of the house. "Are you hungry?" she said. "Inside, there are many yummy things to eat." Hancel and Gretel went inside the house. After they ate and drank to the full, they fell asleep. But this old woman was a wicked witch. She was going to eat them. Early the next day, the witch grabbed Hancel and locked him in a cage. She made Gretel give him food every day to fatten him up. However, Hancel wouldn't eat much. He didn't want the witch to eat him. Every day the witch would say, "Show me your finger. I want to see if you are any fatter." Hansel would let her feel a bone that had been left behind. "I just don't understand. Why aren't you getting fatter?" "It looks like you just don't get fat. I'm eating you tomorrow." Gretel begged the witch, "No, please don't eat my brother." "Shut up," said the witch. "Give me some pepper. I'm going to put it in my soup. That way it will be even more delicious." When Gretel went to get the pepper, she suddenly had an idea. Gretel blew a whole bunch of pepper into the witch's face. She couldn't see a thing. "Help! Where am I?" she screamed. Gretel quickly pushed her into the fire. The witch burned up with a scream. Gretel quickly opened the cage and let Hansel out. They were overjoyed. "Let's take the wicked witch's gold," said Hansel. "Good idea," said Gretel. Hansel and Gretel took the gold and left. They saw a few birds again and asked them, little bird, help us get back home." And so the little bird brought them back home. When Father saw his 2 children, he was elated. Their evil stepmother didn't live there anymore. Hansel and Gretel gave the gold to their father. They were never hungry again.